she's achieved that vision here on Long Island. Beth, as many of you know, is the founder and president of Moxxie Network, an innovative women's business community launched in 2008. I do think we have many people from Moxxie here this evening.
Yes.
As an avid networker with a passion for people, Beth's vision was to create a unique women's organization that promotes generation of women in business. And she does that through her programs, Miss Moxxie, Junior Moxxie, and Moxxie Girl. In reading Beth's bio, I note that Beth, prior to forming Moxxie Network, was the Director of Sales and Marketing for Target Group Media, one of New York's most creative multimedia graphic design firms. I was also interested to see that Beth was actually one of the few people who could say that they weren't fired by Donald Trump in the boardroom. But one of Beth's clients was Donald Trump. And she actually presented in the infamous Trump boardroom, and Beth and her team were awarded the contract to design TrumpOnTheOcean.com. Her distinctive branding, broad networking expanse, and high energy has established Beth as one of the area's most respected and dynamic business leaders. In 2009, she was profiled in a full-page interview in Networking magazine. In 2010, she established the Executive Leader Special Award for establishing Moxxie Network. Beth's innate ability to unite and inspire has been evidenced through her volunteer activities, including the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women Luncheon, American Cancer Society's Women of the Year Golf Outing, Commerce Bank's Golf and Business Luncheon, just to name a few. Beth has also been involved with the New York Women in Communications, Manhattan Chamber of Commerce, the HIA, Executive Leaders, and the Huntington Chamber of Commerce. Beth flexed her Moxxie muscles when she participated as a fundraiser and boxer in the Long Island Fight for Charity. Yeah. Now that's Moxxie. It's my pleasure to present our Visionary Award to Beth Meixner of the Moxxie Network.
Thank you, Linda, and thank you to NAWBO for this prestigious award. I am very happy to be included in an association with some of the women I've admired for many, many years. Hillary Hartung. Hillary with an L, one L, as I say. She's got more energy than ever anybody, and she's just as cute. Catherine Heaviside is a woman who I have admired from afar for years. Her business success, an agency manager, and her business acumen is something that I've really admired. Thank you for meeting with me that day. It's a meeting that I will never forget before. And also Terry, who I've never met until tonight, but I understand that you do something with computers and electronic data, so you might be the woman that can finally teach me how to use my iPhone. So it's nice to be called the Visionary. It's one name that I will accept. I've gotten many others that I don't want to take on. But Visionary is something that's good. And people always ask me, how did you come up with the concept with Moxxie? What made you decide what Moxxie is all about? And the fact of the matter is, if you look at it today, it's not what I thought it was when I first started just over 3 years ago. We're really an infant in the field of women's business communities. I had a concept, and I knew where I wanted to go. I wanted to build a women's business community. I didn't want a networking group, but rather a network of women. And that's what we've become over the last 3.5 years. We are really a network of women, and that means that we have women from the ages of 8 years of age, from the Girl Scouts, up until 75 years of age. We really are a network of women, one generation of women helping the next. I didn't have the vision back then, I had the concept. And there are some people that are lucky enough to know their ideas all out, but I didn't know what it was, and I said to myself, I can't wait to determine and to figure out the whole picture. I'm going to take the leap of faith. So I took a jump, and I decided to build my parachute on the way down, and that's what I've done. So Moxxie was never fully conceptualized, and it still will probably never be, because there's so much to do with women in business. This is the first time in history that women have so many leaders in this country and in the United States as well. Our mission will always be to inspire, mentor, and lead women into prosperity, into both their personal and professional lives. Through customized age-specific mentoring programs, we strive to instill self-confidence, poise, professionalism, and compassion into young women. Many women are opting out of business and careers to raise families without realizing the full long-term effects that it will have on their socioeconomic development and their future career. Decisions are being made without women, even though we make up 51% of the world. We're living in a world and working in companies where our voices are not being heard simply because we are not involved in the policy making that directly affects us and our livelihood and our families. Not all leaders are born. We must create an environment where young women and girls are encouraged to develop into leaders. Moxxie's original structured and customized mentoring programs do that by providing individual and group mentors. And we have some of our junior Moxxies here today from college. This is their first junior Moxxie networking event. And for a girl to be in college and to come to a networking event, I give them so much credit. Who are our junior Moxies here today? Ariana, Lila. It takes a lot of guts for these girls to come out and network. Some of our Miss Moxies are here today as well. Jen and Randall. These are women in their 20s and early 30s. Under the umbrella of Moxxie Network, we have created an infrastructure where one generation of women mentors the next. Ladies, we must stand together and support each other. Every time you hear a woman use the B word in a work environment, we are doing an injustice to all women. Madeleine Albright once said, "There's a special place in hell for women that don't help each other." It's a very strong statement, but the sentiment rings true. We must stand together if we want to be leaders and make decisions in our world. But with all that said, Moxxie Network is definitely not anti-men. And as many of you know, I married a man. And just to bring home that point, I married another.
Andrew!
And speaking of men, there are two friends and colleagues, male colleagues, that have been with me since the inception of Moxxie and have helped me to brand Moxxie. Glenn Bucala, president of Target Group Media, and Phil Perman, president of Big Ideas. They have been with me from the inception. It was Phil that came up with the name Moxxie, and it was Glenn who helped me brand it. And I couldn't be more proud of our branding with the 2X chromosomes. My support system began way before Glenn and Phil, however. It began with my parents. I had a fantastic mother and father. I had a strong working mother who taught my sister and me, I'm sorry, Mom. She was an English teacher. My sister and me, that you should never rely on a man for everything. That you should always have a backup career. And that you can always get everything you want if you say it with a smile on your face and you ask for what you want. That you never belittle anybody or their work. You'll always get what you want, but speak your mind. So thank you, Mom, for that. My mother, Helen Hickey, was the original Moxxie lady. This woman can still intimidate the best of them with one little disapproving glance. I had wonderful brothers and sisters. My younger brother, Robert, is still here. He is more than a brother to me. He's really a friend. Although, as a child, he said that I tortured him because we used to walk home from the bus stop together, and I used to walk very quickly because I was in a hurry to get home to see Dark Shadows. Now, Dark Shadows will be coming out this week with Donnie Jeff, so you young ladies will know exactly what I'm talking about. And of course, my wonderful husband, Andrew, my Prince Charming. He's the best husband in the world. If every woman had a husband like Andrew, that B word would not be in the English language anymore. We'd all be so happy. As many of you know, I divorced, single mom for many, many years, a long, long time. And if it happened to me, it could happen to you. So hang in there. Your Prince Charming may not come in charging in on a white horse. He might come in a small black pickup truck playing country music. But nonetheless, he'll come. So keep your eyes and ears open, as well as your hearts and your minds. But my support system doesn't stop there. I have the best girlfriend that anybody could ask for. Ellen Birch. I have Terry Going and Monique Dorn, the biggest cheerleaders of Beth Meixner and Moxxie. I have our Ms. Moxxies. I have the Girl Scouts, who actually, I'm very proud to say this month, I will be invited to join the board of directors for the Nassau County Girl Scouts. So I'm very happy about that. Our junior Moxxies are some of our members. How many members and mentors from Moxxie are here today? Quite a few. So as you can see, it takes a village to raise Beth Meixner and to create Moxxie Network. Friends, family, colleague, each and every one of you. And so in that vein, I would love to accept this reward from NAWBO on behalf of every single one of us. Because without you, there would be no me, and there would be no vision of Moxxie Network. Thank you. Beth Meixner, everyone. Before we present our last award, I just noticed that a lot of talk has been had tonight regarding the type of font that people need to read stuff. And I noticed that Hillary's was kind of large and Catherine's was a little large too, and Beth's actually wasn't. It was absolutely perfect. I do have a confession that I'm more on the Hillary side and the Catherine side in terms of pitch. So I'm telling you all this for a reason. Our next award is the Sharon Newman Award. Typically that's presented by Sharon Newman. But Sharon wasn't feeling well this evening, so she has gone home. I'm correct in that, right? Sharon's gone home this evening. So the task falls on me to present the last award. And what I've been given is something that is in this type of font that I'm never, ever going to be able to read. But quite frankly, I don't need to read it. Terry Miller is on the board of directors of NAWBO. She's also the president of the Camry Group. This award is given to someone on the board of directors that goes above and beyond the call of duty. It's actually an award that's not selected by the nominating committee, it's selected by the past presidents of the organization. And Terry Miller has gone beyond the call of duty in terms of this organization and her commitment to NAWBO. I will note that Terry is also the president-elect of the organization, so we wish her well in her upcoming tenure. Terry will do anything that you ask her to. There is no job